Hello and welcome to Clojure Diary. So, in this video, we are going to look into loops. Okay. So, loops means, according to me, right? Like you just have some collection of values. Okay. So, and you want to do something repeatedly on each and every item in this collection. So, that's what I call as loops. Okay. There is an argument like, okay, it means like do something again and again. Like, for example, every day you just, what to say, wake up, what to say, log into your laptop and then start doing your work, or you brush your teeth every day and all those things. That's called as a loop. That is, you do it each and every day. Or maybe take breakfast. If you don't, you should seriously consider taking breakfast. It's very good. It's very healthy practice to have breakfast, no matter whatever capitalistic country you live in or whatever authoritarian regime you live in. Better to have breakfast. Okay, so your body doesn't know it's living under capitalism, so it should be slave to money rather than food or something like that. Okay. So yeah, it's very good idea to take breakfast. Okay, that apart. Okay, so that's what I call it as loops, doing something again and again. Okay, and yeah, there is a good Reddit article saying like there are no real loops and all those things. And I'm not a Java programmer. I don't know how to read Java code now. It's been very long since I coded in Java, so I can't say internally why there aren't any loops in Clojure. But what I call as loops is like taking a collection and doing some computation on values again and again. That's what I call as loops. Okay, so yeah, let me copy and paste my first program, right? So this is my first program over here, right? So you've got this value nums, okay, like it goes from 1 to 4, right? And over here for each and every each, that is for each value, okay, like let's say first time one gets loaded in, okay, and it's been loaded into num, and you're just multiplying this num by 10. So 1 into 10 will be 10. Let me just execute this first. Okay, so you got 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? So yeah, first one will be loaded into this variable num, and num will be multiplied by 10, and then you'll just get this 10. Similarly, it will happen for 2, 3, and 4. So you'll just get 10, 20, 30, 40. So this is how it works. So this for accepts two argument. One is a vector. In this vector, the first thing will be okay. Actually, the second thing, actually, the every even thing should be a collection. You'll know why I say every even thing. Okay, so and the odd thing should be that is the first thing should be uh, a variable where the collection gets loaded. So the collection is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the first one will get loaded into this num, and yeah, it will get multiplied by 10 in this case, and it will just be collected as a list. Okay, so that's the thing. Even though num is being given as vector, it doesn't mean that Clojure will return you as vector. Don't think like that. It'll always return you as a list. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so yeah, this is a very simple explanation. And let me just try another thing, right? Okay. So we have got like two stuff defined over here. So one is colors, another is shape. Okay, so let me just load it into my REPL. Okay, colors got loaded, shape got loaded. Okay, so now let me just try this. Okay, for uh, color in colors, and I'm just returning this color, right? So what happens? Okay, so okay. You can't do such a thing. Okay, let me just put it as a string and return it as color. Oops. I am not sure what's happening. Oops, I shouldn't put this in. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, I think I'm coming from Ruby or Python. Okay, so like I'm coding Ruby or Python for for a long time, and that's causing this. I am really sorry. So there is no need to put in and all those things. Okay, so there is this color red, blue, and green, yellow, and all those things. Okay, so what I can just do is like now I can just combine this with shapes in loop. So and I'll just put shape in shapes, right? So that's been done. Now let me just return something like color and shape. Okay, so let me just do that. Oops. I think I should put something like this. Yeah. Uh, why it's giving me like this? Okay. Okay, let me just put a string over here and concatenate it. So, okay, so string, color, space, shape. Okay. So I'm just doing that. So yeah, okay. I'm just getting something like, okay, like uh, a red square, red circle, red triangle. I think I need to word wrap. Okay, so wrap. Okay, so yeah, red square, red circle, red triangle. So okay, this red has been iterated with everything first. Okay, and I think till red rectangle. Okay, so here, and then blue has been iterated with everything. Okay, and so it's giving all combinations. So all combinations of this colors and shapes. Okay, so that's how you just get it. So that's what I said. Like every odd thing, that is the first thing and the third thing, right? Uh, it should be a variable that collects each and every value in this one, this even thing. So this each and every value of colors will get loaded into color. Each and every value of shape will get loaded into shape. Okay, and it will just loop and what to say, it'll just combine everything and it'll just give it to you. Right? So that's how it works. Okay. So another loop is dosec. Okay, so I'll tell you the difference between for and dosec. Okay, let me just put it over here, right, so that you'll know. So right. So this I execute, I'm just getting 10, 20, 30, 40. And this I just execute, I'm just getting nil. Okay. So then why dosec is used? Okay. Dosec is used when you have a thing like side effects. Side effects means, okay, you can consider this as kind of a function. It's not a function. Look, you just have something, you just call it and return something. And it returns something like that is 10, 20, 30, 40. That's what function does. Okay, like if you call it, it returns something, but dosec returns nothing. That is, it returns nil. Okay, so which is nothing. Okay, so what you actually do in dosec is you just add, okay, you just do a thing with side effect. Side effect means something in functional programming languages, anything with input and output is called side effect. So, or prompting something from a user or printing it somewhere, storing it in database, it's all called as side effect. In pure functional language, it should have no side effects. Okay, so then you might ask for what pure functional language is being used. Like you can't use it for anything. That's what a pure function is. Okay, but this is programming, so it allows some impurity like printing it out, storing it in database, reading it from files, and all those things. Okay, so dosec in fact returns nothing. Okay, this for okay when executed with a lot of things needs to construct this lists and all those things. For dosec, that's not the thing. Okay, maybe store, you can put rather than println, you can say store it in database or something like that. It'll store in database, so it doesn't need to maintain a lot of memory. Okay, so uh, that's the thing. Okay, so it just prints out. Okay, and the last nil means, okay, this dosec returns nil, that gets printed out, so don't worry about that. So like let's say you just have million numbers, then you need to have that, you need to build a very large list, okay, when it comes to for. But for dosec it's not so, like because you're just printing it out and just sending it out somewhere. But dosec doesn't needs to maintain that. So so if you have thing with side effects like printing it out, storing it in database, recording it at somewhere for each and every item, then use dosec. Don't use for, right? Okay, so that's the difference between for and dosec. And another loop we are going to look into is loop. You might ask me, I said there are no real loops in Clojure. Actually, I didn't say it. Some article is saying it. Okay. And don't ask me why there is a function called loop in Clojure, right? So, if there are no loops in Clojure. So, I don't know. Look, some article said it, and uh, I've just put it. So, and there is a stuff called loops. Maybe this might not be a real loop also in Clojure's implementation. I'm not sure. Right? So, okay. So, what this does? Okay. So let me just execute it. This prints from 1 to 5. Okay. So what happens over here is you have got two arguments over here. Okay, just two arguments. So I can just put doc loop doc loop. Okay, so you have just got two arguments, bindings and expressions. Okay, so the binding is over here. You're binding this 1 to x, right? And then in this expression, you're just checking when x is less than 5. So then execute this one, right? So execute whatever is there after this when. So first it prints this x. So first value, okay, x is 1. So that is less than or equal to 5. Yeah, that's true. So it just prints 1 over here, right? And then, okay, then it comes to here. Recur in inc. Okay, so now what happens is recur means it once again goes over here. But over here, don't think that x will again will become 1. Okay, so what we are doing is we are just incrementing x, and we are actually going over here. We are actually going over here. We are not assigning 1 to x once again, right? Okay, just think like we're just going to the next line or something like that. Okay, not, I don't know whether really we are just going to the next thing or something like that, but yeah, for imagination this is good, right? So we are just going over here. So since we have incremented x will be 2 now, right? So of course 2 is less than or equal to 5, so it just prints 2. Similarly, it will increment x, it will become 3, and once again it comes and prints 3, then prints 4, prints 5. When it's 6, it just comes here, and definitely 6 is not less than 5, and it's not even equal to 5. So it just exits. That's it. It just comes out. And once again, the loop returns nothing. Okay. It just finally returns nil or something like that. Or, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't say that loop returns something or nothing. You can't say that. Uh, okay, so like because I've just put println over here, println returns nothing. So that's what happens, right? So this is what loop is, right? So yeah, these are the kind of loops or doing stuff again and again in Clojure on particular collection of values or sequence of values. There are other ways to do it, and I'll be explaining in future chapters. But this video is about loops, so these are the main loops in Clojure. I don't know whether I've left something or not, but these are the things I've put in my book. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next video, bye.